welcome back to more Pokemon White 2. So last time, it went a bit interesting. So we got Antonia becoming a Swablu. That was really cool. And we also caught our next team member, Jiroba. It took us a little bit, but yeah, we managed to find one with a careful nature, which doesn't sound that great, but apparently, yeah, its IVs are extremely good. I did calculate them, yeah. Its speed is like around 15. Its defenses and HP are in the 20s. Its special attack is non-existent, which with a special attack lower nature, by the way. And then its attack, yeah, as I probably guess by looking at it, it's 31, guaranteed. So yeah. I think yeah, this job is gonna be more than good enough. So yeah. Again, of course, the dream is getting both a good nature, the right ability, obviously, and perfect IVs. But yeah. One or the other when it comes to nature and IVs, as long as the nature isn't debilitating, yeah, I think that will do well, right? So yeah. Again, I can't treat it like a neutral nature, except that yeah, we get research defense, so yeah, I think it's fine. Anyway, we thought about a lot of Pokemon last time. I think we're going to continue doing that because we might as well get most of our options listed down. There are even more options because Route 4 is available to us, and I believe yeah, we do have access to it, so yeah. I kind of want to go here first, though. There's a very good reason why you should. Oh, yeah, let's talk to you. Let's actually just explore this area, because it's important to note down. You can explore the rest of Castilla City after we talk about the Pokemon, so yeah. I'm invited to a party, but the person from the elevator wants to pat me down, or is it just my imagination? I thought a lot of people upstairs, this was fun. Where are you from? Really? You're from a Spurgeon City? It's a great place. The outlook is fantastic. You want to go up? Yeah, I need to check you. Frisk, I'm all Frisk. You haven't seen anything suspicious, so I can go. If you're a female character, he doesn't pat you down, interesting enough, so yeah. Let's go to floor 47. And yeah, let's have a little look here. Welcome to my party. Please enjoy conversation with everyone. It's hard to get up the morning after a fun day like today. I mean, that's one problem when you're like, want to go out to a party after work. If you have to go and work the next day, that's a bit rough, isn't it? So yeah, that's something to keep in mind, baby. I asked my Pokemon to use Sing instead of saying Alarm Clock. I can't get up at all, I don't know why. Oh, your Pokemon's so charming. I want to keep Pokemon too, so I can use this. Team 45, Attract. This makes a Pokemon unbearably charming. All Pokemon the Elves chain will fall in love, so yeah, it's like Confusion, except the Pokemon doesn't hit itself, and it's also gender-based, but anyway. Es la primera vez que vengo aquí, pero este preciso pasaje hace que me siento como en casa. La próxima vez traeré mis amigos. Excuse me, do you understand me now? This is the first time I've come here, and the scenery and the environment are wonderful. Next time I bring up friends here, I'm pretty sure you were speaking Spanish. Ich habe mir nun ein Auto zugelegt. Damit ist die Nachstadt auch ganz ohne Orden zum Griffen. Es denn ich rassele durch mein Führerscheinprüfung. I just bought a car. Now, even without the gym badge, it's a quick trip to the next city. It'll be after I get my license. So yeah. I learnt German, because I have a German. I learnt German in school, so yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time since that, so I'm definitely not as good as I used to be, but I was actually pretty good at it. It's that the thing about German, or learning languages at school at that time, is that the exams are difficult. Like, yeah, it's all about, memorizing practice questions, basically. There's like certain questions too that are really awful, because it's like, yeah, they're very hard to practice for. So yeah, I do remember that, yeah, the final exam for German was quite difficult, so yeah. Pretty sure you're speaking French, I believe. Let's try it. Ciao, ti siete divertendo. Non sentirti in imbarazzo. Parla più con chivio. Hi there, having a good time? You don't have to be shy, you don't really talk to anyone. You see the outfit that the sumo Lisa is wearing? Whatever Lisa wears is beautiful. A stunning ensemble. That's something to remember, player. My boyfriend's gonna get out of bed in the morning. In fact, he's so getting out of bed that I was just not gonna use wake up stuff on him. And that sounds pretty brutal anyway. Have you tried Castillo yet? Hey Troy, try my moves. So you got the next day, I learned this move at the musical video of that. Pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, wake up stuff, yeah, they're kind of hinting at what it does. It does more damage if the Pokemon is put to sleep, but it'll also wake up the Pokemon too, hence the name, so yeah. Kind of a weird ability. I think there's like... Yeah, there's like a skill in Q2 which gets rid of the binds of a Pokemon. Well, not Pokemon. An enemy. And it does a lot of damage. That's kind of what Wake Up's up, and it's similar kind of a Swing Salt remind me of, so yeah. Anyway, my friend worries about everyone's health when he's on journeys, so he always nicknames Pokemon he trades Gesundheit. I wonder how he's doing. So there you go. Driving train. Use this item to make sure you're always smiling. And this is the main reason why I want to go hit the Amulet Coin. Pokemon holding that iron participated battle, you get more prize money. Because, yeah, we spent a lot of money last time, I need to make it back, so yeah. Okay, again, Chandra actually gives you more money, so that's interesting. Now, there's a lot of good Hellbounds. I recommend, yeah, having a look around all the Castilla City bodies. But again, I feel like, yeah, again, to make things slightly better structured, I'm gonna try, I'm gonna do the battling first, and then we can obviously explore, so yeah. Missing Pokemon. Even if Team Plaza responds, so we don't know where they are. Hey, you're missing Pokemon? Pokemon, where did it go? I want a Pokemon to be in the new office. I can't say such thing from my girlfriend. Yeah. Does feel like, yeah, Team Plaza is responsible for this one. That's just kind of the vibe it feels like, so yeah. Again, we know that they were around there, obviously, so yeah. Mr. Lock, here's a stairs map. Yeah, that's the reference to black and white. I don't think I was able to do that event now I think about it, so yeah. Yeah, yeah, now I think about it, yeah, I didn't, because yeah, I didn't know how to connect two systems at once on the internet at that point, so yeah. My chance ability is Runaway. It can always get away from our Pokemon. Yeah. Not a terrible ability when you're just exploring, but doesn't do anything bad, unfortunately. What kind of abilities do your Pokemon have? Good ones. Example, yeah, Jobber, technically I would prefer Sand Rush, but again, we're not using Sand, so yeah, because I feel like, yeah, Sand Rush will punish someone using up Sandstorm more than examples, but hey, it is what it is. Anything a service that teaches Pokemon to be successful? What? There are already people who do that? I'm thinking about starting a new business, but it's quite sure. Pokemon back. I'm famous at Castilla too. Oh look, yeah, Pokemon. How many Pokemon have you found so far? 37 Pokemon. Yeah, 40 Pokemon more. I'll give you something good. We're very close to that. Fantastic. Excellent. Those things are magnificent. Thanks to all, you know, running around trying to find more Pokemon, so yeah. That's the only thing that, yeah, if we go to one of the areas I teased the last part, yeah, we probably will be able to get to 40, which is nice. Anyway, Dog. Mirror of Mine, the badges you can get in the inventory. Do you want to hear about them? So it basically tells you what each badge does, so yeah. I think this is more interesting in older generations because, yeah, if you didn't know, in older generations, Pokemon badges actually gave you stat boosts. And they actually do work, so yeah. Although sometimes they don't, so yeah, that's just something. I do remember that, yeah, in speedruns, they're quite important, so yeah. Like, anytime I save for a tall building, I'm trouble because I'm scared of heights. Yeah, I'm scared of heights too, to be honest. But, you know, maybe going outside more is making that a little bit easier, so yeah. Anyway. With that out of the way, now we're going to, yeah, I think now that we got the Amulet Coin, and I gave it to my lead Pokemon because, yeah, again, it gives you double money if the Pokemon that holds the Amulet Coin participated in the battle, so yeah. So probably, because again, I haven't gone all the other Hell Diamonds on a good to my Pokemon yet, yeah, we'll take advantage of that, so yeah. Like I said, we're gonna have money back, and then, yeah, we'll be able to maybe do some more fun. It's actually quite good to have those repels as well, because, here's a tight, sometimes I'm able to get into the Castilla sewers. It depends on the sea, yeah, we talked about that before. Yeah, let's just say that, yeah, the repels aren't just good for drill, but there's another Pokemon that you would want to use the repels for, I'm pretty sure, so yeah. Anyway, Castillo is for real this time, and again, so the reason why I don't really like this area exploring it is because, again, I mean the main reason why, it's kind of a nitpicky reason I will admit, is that you can't explore all of it, so then your Dazzle machine gets a bit annoying because of that, so yeah. So I'm thinking, do I put the repels down? Technically, again, I would like to show catching that Pokemon I was talking about or mentioning. It's not a team member though, so yeah. So again, it's not a priority. So I'm thinking, yeah, let's get a move on and start using these repels. Well, 800 stats we have now, let's find out. So explore, actually no, I'll show this area first. And then, yeah, what I want to do first is I want to explore the area, and then I'll, what I want to do is I'll explore this area and then come back here, because there's something I want to do here later. But anyway, let's talk to you. Apparently, this is where it'll become for Castilla City. So yeah, here's some more wild Pokemon. I like to call this area Castilla Park, but I don't actually know if it's actually called that. There's quite a lot of new Pokemon to talk about, but a lot of them are version exclusive, so yeah, it's going to depend on what version you have. Also, the Rustic Graster. You'll have the evolved versions of the Pokemon I'm talking about, but I don't really recommend catching them evolved. I know there's not really any point to, so yeah. Basically. So yeah, that's why we're not going to worry about that, so yeah. Alright, Magnemite to the lead. Let's talk about our first Pokemon, Cottony. So the thing about Cottony is that, well, it doesn't do that much damage. Cottony is very good because it has Prank ability. Basically means that, yeah, any annoying strategy that involves status moves, it'll excel at. And we got this guy. Cleaning actually takes a lot of strength. In other words, I've been training really hard by doing all this cleaning. Like, yeah, just looking at the moveset at a glance, there's Leech Seed, there's Stun Spore, there's, Charm, there's Cotton Guard. Again, some of these are a bit high level, mainly Cotton Guard. I say that, yeah, once you get Charm at level 28, you're probably good to evolve like then, so yeah, again, that's what I'd recommend. And then, yeah, it's evolution, it's not the same moves, but it does actually get evil moves like Priority Tailwind, if you have Prankster, and Hurricane. Although Hurricane's weird, because even though it's Pokemon on Sunny Day, Hurricane actually it gets lowered accuracy in sun. It's better if it's rain instead, so yeah. And it's a troubleshoot. Anyway. So let's look at the stats for Whimsicott now. Again, I don't think it's very good as an attacker, and yeah, you get Stench, I thought you would. That means actually doubles up is pretty annoying because of that, so yeah. Stentrix that, yeah, if you go first, you can Blood Shifter with any of moves, so yeah. And yeah, because doubles up hit multiple times, that's a chance to glitch on every attack, so yeah. But yeah, if I wanted to stop that, I could have very well went for Bundle Wave, but that's okay. So yeah, anyway, so talk about the moves again. You actually get some interesting coverage moves, but yeah, that's not really the point. Instead, yeah, you want to obviously be very annoying. The thing is, though, it doesn't get Sleep Powder. I'm pretty sure that was by design, because yeah, if it did, and you could just basically put anything you want to sleep, which that sounds pretty brutal. And then obviously you can combine that with Substitute and Leech Seed as well. So yeah, instead, yeah, you only really got Stun Sword and Poison Powder, so yeah. And you actually broke through the glitching there, so there we go. It's kind of like that, Magnemite would, glitch from the Stench because he doesn't really have a nose and he's a steal, so yeah. Oops, who cares about when you listen? That's how there's is on your mind. So yeah, again, this Dazzle machine is going to be pinging a lot, so yeah. So we can't do much because, yeah, we need a certain HM move, which we don't have access to, so yeah. So we're just going to do what we can. So yeah, I'll talk about the stats now. Again, yeah, there's definitely some other moves that I mentioned, but yeah, the main ones are obviously, Leech Seed, Stun Spore, and yeah, again, I do think that Charm is actually really good something, so yeah. Because yeah, just going first and harshly lowering the opponent's attack, that is pretty brutal as well. And again, I think it's better than Conga because you can sub a teammate then. Yeah, my mate back here. Are you going further inside? There's nothing in there but trainers, so yeah. So yeah, again, I'll talk about the stats again. The thing is that, yeah, Whimsicott is naturally fast. So even if you do get an Infiltrator one, you might still be able to pull some of the strides. Of course, having the priority though is pretty big, and in this game, you don't have to worry about Dark types being immune to it. That was a Gen 7 thing, so yeah. So again, yeah, Whimsicott, yeah, it's like an evolution or jump up, basically. A Pokemon that, yeah, either sets up its teammates, or, so probably didn't use that version, that's okay. It's a Pokemon that, yeah, it sets up its teammates, or annoys its opponents, basically. And yeah, even though it only has, 77 special attack alongside 160 speed, its bulk is actually alright. It's not amazing. 60 HP, 85 defense, 75 such defense, but yeah. Again, it's a very interesting Pokemon, and very different from its White 2 counterpart, because yeah, there's a Black 2 only Pokemon, so yeah, but anyway, let's talk to Doctor as a Doctor they examine your Pokemon strip. Doctors are nice because yeah, they heal you after you beat them, and they constantly heal you too, so yeah. That's really good. It's still have Magnemite out front, even though he's level 19. Actually, no, everyone else is level 19, so this sucks up. So yeah, we'll go for this Sewage. Yeah, speeds, that's cool. And yeah, now we're getting to the point where Sonic Boom is more like a Brick rather than a Toolkit. Hey, that's still pretty good, especially considering that, yeah, moves aren't, amazing, so yeah. My String Shot us, so now, yeah, we are getting out sped, that's okay. Now we go for Magnet Bomb to take that. So yeah, let's talk about, oh yeah, alright, they have Fire Burst, I can't forget about that. At least now Sonic Boom will be a Toolkit on this, so yeah. Yeah, so it makes us that Doctor would think to heal this Pokemon, so yeah. Anyway, let's talk about Petalil now. So the thing about Petalil is that it's a very wonder Pokemon. Its abilities are interesting though. Like, yeah, Chlorophyll obviously makes it really good in the sun, which I don't think it needs necessarily, but hey, if you want to try diversifying your boost set with Solar Beam and stuff, it might be considered. Yeah, the other is Bone Tempo, and the reason to use that is it prevents confusion. Oh, what's this? The very picture of health. It prevents confusion, which means that Spell Dance is a 120 power move that locks it in for a couple of turns, but doesn't actually confuse it after the Spell Dance ends. That's interesting. You could definitely use that. I definitely did. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, but I think there's a better strategy with it's this line in general. But yeah, we'll talk about that anyway. Before you go, let me give you a Pokemon little booster shot. Feel free to drop by anytime you Pokemon need a little TLC. So that's nice. What's even better though, the leftovers. Yeah, we just get this with all the first gym. That's very crazy. When I first saw that, yeah, I was like, really? Like, yeah, I know that, leftovers isn't as good as it used to be, but still, leftovers is normally an item that you get, like, later on in the game, like around the mid to end game, so it's kind of crazy to get this early. And yeah, it's pretty good because of that. Because yeah, it heals your Pokemon a little bit at the end of each turn, boosting their longevity by quite a bit. And if the Pokemon has a lot of HP, it heals quite a lot too, so yeah. Man, that's about this. Lots of toxins build up in the sewer system. I think I'm going to use them to make medicines, so I'm running an experiment. If this works, I might be able to use the Venom Poison type Pokemon to make different medicine attack sign. Well, the result of the experiment was... Well, the experiments could have gone better, but I did manage to make a potion. Hey, you can have this. So this is kind of a weird daily event. You can just go ahead and see what she makes. It's trying it every day. It's all to keep trying. Come back and see how it's doing. This is not a super important daily event, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. But yeah, daily events are going to be very different in this playthrough because, again, I'm not able to record every day. I'm only able to record on weekends, so we'll have to see how the match starts. So yeah. Oh yeah, I got some plans, so don't worry about that. So yeah. Anyway, that's where I Petalil. So the thing about Petalil is I recommend just getting to level 26. So the thing is though, Sleep Powder is only level 10, so make sure that you catch one that's not level 22, I think. But luckily though, yeah, you're not going to run into ones that are level 22, I think. So yeah, you should always have Sleep Powder. Actually, no way. Never mind. You actually want Leech Seed. So that means you want one that is level... not level 19, otherwise I'll learn magically, but forget it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's good to know. That's good to know because again, there's some Dark Grass, and yeah, Pokemon do get into the 19s, although I don't think Petalil does, so that's good. So always have that Leech Seed by its side. So yeah, the idea here is that you get to level 26, then you can evolve with the Sunstone into Lilligant. And then Lilligant shortly after should learn its Magnum Opus, whoever that's. Which is level 28. Which, yeah, only like a few levels after evolve. So the idea here is that you put the opponent to sleep with sleep powder, because look, it's not the slowest weapon in the world. Then you obviously set the leech seed, you set the quiver dances, and you just Giga Drain your opponent into dust. That's the idea right there. If you don't want to use leech seed, because again that's too much survey, you can obviously replace that with Pearl Dance if you have own tempo. So yeah, it's a rare bone. It sells for a lot, but you need to sell to a specific person. So yeah, there's someone who talks about Miax in this place. I think we might be seeing them today. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's the idea with Lilligant, and yeah, it has the stats to back this up. With 110 social attack and 90 speed. So yeah, those sleep powders are surprisingly fast. So yeah, quite dangerous Pokemon. Again, if it's able to set up, then yeah, it's very scary. So yeah. And I'm trying to think, is there anywhere else I can eat next? Yeah, there's that work growth there. Yes, again, this place is also very meandering, which I don't really like either, so yeah. So keep Magnemite because he has the hammer coin. That's what you. Whoa! Wow! Anyway, so yeah. Its bulk is okay, 78 HP, 75 defenses, but yeah, you may have noticed I haven't talked about its coverage, I only talked about one boost, well there's a very good reason for that. Its coverage is non-existent, basically, it only lets grass types. So yeah, that's why again, I recommend that yeah, you go all in on a boost set like I mentioned. The thing is though is that yeah, again, there's just some types you're not going to be good against. Some types you'll be able to just power your way through because again, defense. Some types though will be a lot more difficult, like grass and steel mainly, but yeah. Again though, with enough quiver dances though, you'll be able to break them apart. It's just that yeah, again, I lost. It's just that again, yeah, it requires a bit of stuff obviously, so yeah. So yeah, if you want a grass that's a mini paddle, this is not it. You want something that is of course if you want something that needs to take some time to set first, so yeah. This is a fun I was showing out in a sewer or a tunnel makes it voice echo. So yeah, I've definitely used silicon for also our repels. Not great. But we did get some money back to buy some more, so that's good. So yeah, so Magnemite is close to level 20, I believe. Yep, so yeah, we might as well get that while we're here. I'm actually out to see the Zubat now. Cool. Anyway. So again, yeah, I definitely used Lego before. I don't think I used it with Leech Seed, but I did use it with Bellance, I think. Again, yeah. It's a very odd Pokemon, that's for thing, sure, but yeah, one I do enjoy quite a bit. So yeah, even though again it doesn't have type coverage, I definitely could have considered that for this playthrough too. But yeah, I'm kind of happy that I went with Antonia instead. So yeah, but yeah, definitely though, yeah, if I want an offensive grass type, Lilligant is definitely something on the table. So yeah. Hey, with that done, let's talk about the two normal types you can get. We'll start with the one in black too, Baneri. So let's get Baneri's info so I can talk about it more effectively. There's one thing I do remember about though. Baneri's a happiness solution. Yeah, number one. It feels like yeah, there's quite a lot of them at this point. But yeah, this is gonna be annoying because again, no repels and also I don't really know the correct way around. So yeah. If one of my puppies can give me a repel, that'd be awesome, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen, so yeah. So I'll move the Amaquin to Ronan. We'll get Ronan to level 20 next, so yeah. So yeah, let's talk about Bun Baneri. So yeah, the thing I remember about Baneri, which is, yeah, a bit of a fun fact, is that, yeah, it starts with 0 happiness, even though it's a happiness evolution, so yeah, it's one of the hardest happiness evolutions. But even still though, again, it'll take more cycling to get to Lopunny, but you can still just do that. So yeah. But this might be a Pokemon that, yeah, you might want to get the Soup Bell first. Yes, again, Soup Bell will make it so, yeah, the happiness goes up even faster. So yeah, so that's also nice. So as for abilities, well, they're not great. Runaway does nothing and Bound Cuts is debilitating. But at least Runaway becomes Cute Charm, so you want that. So yeah. It's happiness evolution. The main difference in move set, the main moves you'll miss out on is at level 13 on Frustration. Instead you get Return instead. So that's Notable if, yeah, you do catch, if you're lucky and find a Lopunny in the resting grass, because, yeah, it's available there. So, yeah, the thing about this Pokemon is that's kind of oddly designed, I think. Like, it's not, like, completely useless, but it's just, again, it's odd. So, yeah, I'm trying to think. Can I go left? I don't think I can. I think I've basically explored everywhere now. So, yeah. So, yeah, again, the stats here, it's not really meant to be attacker. And its other stats are a bit middling though. Like, yeah, it does have decent 84 defense, 96 HP, and okay 65 HP. But then, of course, it doesn't really have good offense stats. Highest is 76 attack, and it has actually a good unify speed. So, yeah. I don't think that the idea is that it's a Pokemon that's meant to annoy the opponent once again, because it does get, like, you know, Thunder Wave. Yeah, it's that cute charm, obviously. But yeah, in terms of move pool though, it does learn a lot of offensive moves. But I do think that, yeah, there is one move that comes to mind that it's probably designed for, Baton Pass. It gets Baton Pass, and the next move after that is Agility. So yeah. So I assume that's definitely a good way of using it, to be fair. So yeah, because again, making a slow Pokemon fast is devastating, potentially. So yeah. Outside that, to be fair though, it does get the powerful jump kick a little taint-free. So if you get a Lopunny by then, the damage might not actually be too bad. And return obviously will be strong too. So again, it's like an unorthodox early game null type if used that way. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out. I'm just going to go to the Castilla Park. Again, I can't even do everything here anyway. I need to get Surf, which is a move we'll talk about later. And also I might need it to be low tide too. So I'm probably going to wait on that. So yeah. It's kind of annoying, right? Because you have to go back and forth, because there's 4 basically variants to it. So yeah, but at least we got the most important thing. Let those, I think we bought the majority of the trains we can. So yeah. Alright, let's go get some healing, and then let's continue on. So yeah, again, Lopunny's a very strange Pokemon. Again, I'm not really sure how the best to use. I would like to hear about how you could use it, but again, with the lower offenses, yeah, I do think that, yeah, I say low-ish, but again, return and jump kick aren't terrible, so yeah. It's just that, yeah, that's mainly what's good. I will say though that, yeah, again, some of the support moves aren't bad. Again, I did mention Thunder Wave, I think that's one of the main ones. Unfortunately, it doesn't get much else on that. It does get work up though, so you could step at that. But yeah, another interesting one is Healing Wish, where, yeah, sacrifices itself to bring back a party member with a Teacher Restore and Status Kit. That's actually pretty good, especially on a fast Pokemon. That's about to go down. So yeah, again, it's interesting. A Pokemon that, yeah, I would like to, you know, learn more about how to use it. So yeah. But again, yeah, those little advances kind of make it a bit of a pain to use in the regular paper, I think. Outside the other game, where again, return and jump kick sound decent. So yeah. So again, yeah, I'm not really sure what to think about Lopunny, to be honest. I think, yeah, maybe when I talked about Platinum, I was a lot more negative about it, but again, I do feel like that there's some positives to it, so yeah. Anyway. So yeah, where do we go next? Ah yes, I think I know where we want to go next, because if I want to talk about Pokemon, let's go keep battling. So let's go to the Battle Company, and then we'll explore the rest of Castilla City in a little bit. People who work on displaying have Pokemon battles, a lot of opinion battles, you better be strong, but if you go upstairs, please be extra careful. Oh yes, if you like, you should have your Pokemon hold this. You get the EXP share. That's the EXP share. Pokemon holding EXP share gets some of the experience points from every battle, even Stormbolt. Maybe use to raise a weak Pokemon. I'm a janitorial man, I make everything spick and span. Actually, I don't want to go here first. Again, there's actually something I want to do in Castilla Park, and again, I could buy more repels for it, but I'm actually going to try and soldier on without them. I think, yeah, there's a Pokedex, isn't it? Wow, cool, you collect Pokemon? Okay, I'll help you. They're trying to choose the beginning of I guess you can do this. So the thing is that this gives you a Helldyne to boost the power of the stat boost these Pokemon, but we already got the Miracle Seed, and we already got the Charcoal. So it kind of feels like a waste. And the Miracle was not even that far off, so yeah. But yeah, you basically always want to pick Oshawott here, so that, yeah, you get you can get an Iron that raises the power of Water types, the Mystic Water. Now we have level 3 already, so yeah. A lot of items have effects of Pokemon holders, so you want to look out for these items. Well, look how to develop your Pokedex, good luck. Yeah, he's type increasing, Helldynes, they're very nice. Like, yeah, if you don't know what to give to a Pokemon, just give them one of those to boost the power of its strongest attack, and then, yeah. I I mean, that's better than nothing, right? And of course, it's not consumable either, so you don't need to worry about that. So anyway, so yeah, again, Lopity sounds interesting. What does White 2 get instead? It gets Skitty. Yeah, this is another Pokemon I would not recommend using unless you really like what it looks like. Because Skitty is just awful. One of the weird things about it is its normalized ability. It's the only Pokemon that gets this ability, and what it does is that it turns all of its moves into normal type. And the only real reason to use this is to make Thunderwave a normal type move, so it hits ground types. Other than that, why? Why? So many whys, basically. I think the main thing is, of course, the stats. So let's go into the grass. Do I even have Pokeballs? I feel like I do, but let's hope so. Yeah, so there's one Pokemon I want to catch in here, so yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'm not really sure the best hitting card Pokemon here, I must admit, so yeah. Anyway, in the dark grass now. So Delcatty, its final form. It needs the Moonstone, which again, I'm not really sure where you get that. It has its highest stats are it's 70 HP and 70 speed. And then it only has 65 attack and defense and 55 such defense. So despite the fact that yeah, its coverage is actually kind of good, it doesn't hit very hard, and its support move pool is not as good as other normal types. So yeah, I mean the only interesting thing is that it gets Fake Out. So yeah, I would not recommend this one at all. Again, there's definitely some funny things that Normalize can do. Mainly if a move has a good secondary effect, you can basically turn it into a normal type move, like Charging for example. But yeah, why? Again, why not just do this with a better Pokemon, basically? So yeah. That's basically the idea there. And of course, because it's a Stone Evolution, it also stops Slave moves after evolves, so yeah, but Skitty ain't getting much, so yeah. Anyway, I want to catch a Pearl because... Now, this is limited to black and white, but yeah, there's a trade involving Pearl, so yeah, we'll take advantage of that, so yeah. Who do you want to use? Probably... I still have Tackle on Antonia, so yeah, Antonia seems like the best bet. Because yeah, Antonia is immune to a lot of the moves I can use, like Leaf Shield right there, so yeah. So we go for Tackle. And yeah, there's a Sleep Out unfortunately, but that's okay. So yeah. So yeah, again, you can definitely find some interesting moves like yeah, Cover, Charm, Assist, Copycat, but yeah, but yeah, again, there's just better Pokemon with those moves is the thing, so yeah, I would highly not recommend using Delcatty. So yeah, and I don't really know why White 2 gets it instead, so yeah. I mean, I kinda know why, because again, it's a normal type Pokemon, and Baneri is also normal type Pokemon, but yeah, kinda feels like kind of a waste, so yeah. So out of the way, let's talk about a fan favorite. Let's talk about Eevee now, finally. So Eevee is only a 5% counter, but it's also the highest level Pokemon here, in the dark grass at least. And the leaves on its head grow right back even if they fall out. These bitter leaves refresh those who eat them. I guess I'll try to find an Eevee, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. It's only 5% counter. The thing about Eevee though is that yeah, I'm pretty sure that yeah, in the dark grass it's the highest level Pokemon. So I'm gonna double check that. I'll also check the normal grass obviously too, so yeah. And yeah, that is also the case in the normal grass. So what you want to do is, but in the dark grass I think it's slightly better. Maybe. I think yeah, either way, you're gonna probably find either Colony or Parallel, as well as Eevee with a Repel trick, because yeah, what that does is that yeah, if you're either level 17 trying to find it in the normal grass, or level 18 trying to find the dark grass, that basically is that, yeah, again, you could use Repel and it'll basically knock out the weak random encounters instead, so yeah, giving you a higher chance of finding Eevee, so yeah. Eevee's something nice I'm gonna find, it's just that, yeah, I don't necessarily need it, but if I counter it, that'll be nice. So yeah, Eevee. So Eevee is that wonderful, cute, dog, cat-like Pokemon that evolves into several different types of Pokemon at this point in the series, but unfortunately we only have access to 5 in the main story. So yeah. So another thing about Eevee is that at level 21, its evolutions learn a move. So, and at that point, Eevee also learns the weird move Covet, which, I'm Hazard the Steel Helldime. Which again, a bit weird, but hey. So there's a Dull Bell. 2 Raptors, alright. Can you run away from this summon though? I hope so. I guess we are high level. So yeah, again, so level 21. So my recommendation is that, yeah, try to get the Eevee to evolve by level 21. It might be a bit difficult for some of them, because again, some of them is, again, as you can probably tell, we haven't gotten any evolution stones for the first 3, and the other 2 need happiness, so yeah. But the happiness at least is the easiest, because again, you can cycle around, so yeah. So yeah, let's talk about them. So at this point, yeah, the easiest ones we have access to obviously are Espeon and Umbreon, so let's talk about them real quick. So yeah, Espeon, if you want a Psychic type Pokemon, this is a very good option. You get Synchronized with its ability, which is one of the reasons to maybe catch one if you don't want to use it. Again, let's just run. Okay, if I find Eevee, I'll try to catch it, but if not, it's okay. So again, at level 21, which again I recommend chase out there, you get Psybeam, and that's some strong stuff right there, with its really good special attack stat. And then you get Psychic a little place, and a very reasonable time to get that move. Now outside that, I think the main problem is again, no Calm Mind in the main story. It doesn't lend that bit of level up, which is a bit of a shame, so yeah. At least its coverage is okay, mainly Shadow Ball and Signal Beam, but that's really it. And of course, yeah, you can also use it to usurp screens as well, so yeah. That's also not a bad choice for it too, and of course there's its really awesome stats. It has 130 special attack and 110 speed, so yeah. Its defense is not amazing, but it has at least a decent 95 special defense. So you want to stop in the face of a special attacker with a return light screen, you could very well do so yeah. So again, yeah, Espeon, yeah, I think it's worth recommending, because again, having a Pokemon that's so fast and so powerful to take on the Fine type, that's a good thing, a very good thing. So yeah, it's just that, yeah, its coverage could be better, and one of its best moves is Locked Out. That's the main disadvantage of it, but other than that though, yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, with that done, let's talk about Umbreon. Umbreon's also a very interesting option in this game. As usual, Umbreon's the Dark type, also has Synchronize, and it focuses on its bulk. 110 defense, 130 special defense, alongside a good 95 HP. This is definitely one of the tankiest Pokemon we've seen so far, but the problem is, of course, are the lower fences. Only 65 attack and 60 special attack. So, why do I think Umbreon is actually somewhat usable? Well, initially it's a bit rough because again, you only got like weak moves like Feint Attack. Feint Attack's its level 21 move, and you're mainly gonna try annoying your enemy with stuff like Confuse Ray and Screech. You can try getting Charm from Eevee as well. That's not a bad move to consider either, so yeah. Charm is at actually it doesn't let Charm. I think Charm is an egg move, so yeah. So never mind. He is a pretty trying Pokemon, so I thought it would just lend up a level up anyway. So the main thing that makes Umbreon so interesting is one of its Mewtwo moves. It now gets Foul Play. Foul Play is perfect for Umbreon because yeah, it's a 95 power Dark type move that uses the opponent's attack stat instead of damage. So yeah. Umbreon can take it and use its opponent's high attack stat to dish it back out. So yeah, that's awesome. And outside that, you got some other decent stalling moves like Toxic and Protect. So yeah. But yeah, if you're using Umbreon though, make sure to get that Foul Play. It becomes quite a fun Pokemon to use because of that. And yeah, if that's not your style, you can even try Cert moves. But I think Curse is off the table because it's an egg move, so you can't really use that with a decent payback. So yeah. Yeah, Umbreon's something interesting, but I wouldn't mind trying to use him once again because I wasn't really using him very well back in the day, so yeah. So yeah, again, that's interesting. So yeah, so the rest, they need an evolution system, but luckily for Flareon and Jolteon, they're coming up. And then Vaporeon, his one is in the next town, if you don't mind grinding some PP. So yeah, let's talk about Flareon now. So Flareon, of course, is Flareon, unfortunately. At least it gets a decent move at level 21 in Fire Fang. Other than that, yeah, not great. Although, again, it doesn't look all bad though, because it gets Super Power now as a Mewtwo to move. Unfortunately, that's a little bit late in the game, so that's a bit unfortunate. But anyway, so yeah, again, it's it's this one, alright, 110 attack, 110 social defense, an alright 95 special attack. It does get Lava Plume, I believe, so not a terrible move to use on it, and then unfortunately a bit slow at 65 speed. If only the social attack and speed was swapped to make it like the prime physical evolution, that's okay. Anyway, so yeah, again, it kind of just, suffers from the fact that, again, its stats are really wonky and it doesn't get very good boosts for its own type. Again, Fire Fang is like its best option. There's no Fliplets in this scale, unfortunately, so yeah. And while Super is cool, again, it kind of hurts that, there isn't more to it, isn't there? So yeah. So again, that's kind of why, again, Umbreon, well not Umbreon, Flareon feels like the sharpest one. But maybe it's not all bad, as we might talk about later, so yeah. Again, if you want a physical fire type, let's just say that there's one on the next trick that completely blows out the water, so yeah. In terms of both move pool and even stats, so yeah. That does have the interesting flash fire ability, where yeah, it can switch into a fire type, powering its own fire type moves. And then obviously you can beat them down with type physical attack. That's not terrible, but again, like, you can do better with your own fire type. Like I said, there's a lot of explosive choices in this game, so yeah. Anyway, now let's talk about Jolteon. Jolteon's interesting because again, he has multiple sword, so that allows him to switch in on electric types. Could be good for what's coming up. And then after that, it's level 21 move. Unfortunately, it's Thunder Fang, but at least Discharge is at 37. So yeah, it's just that again, you're gonna be mainly binder with your Thundering Fangs for a bit, and you don't have the good physical. You don't have a good physical attack stat, which is a bit unfortunate. And yeah, you can't really get Thunder Shock that easily now either, so yeah. But yeah, there's definitely some other good moves though. Thunder Wave via level, it's not bad. And yeah, even gets Thunder later on. But again, like a lot of evolutions, it does suffer from lack of type coverage. It's once again Shadow Ball and Signal Beam if you want non-electric type moves. And you can ramp things up with either Thunder Wave or Volt Switch. And then of course the stats, it's very fast, 130 speed, 100 social attack, and an arcane 95 social defense. So yeah, if you want a fast electric type, there isn't actually much better than it. Like a lot of, except for Electivire. I think Electivire is probably better. Because Electivire is quite a bit slower. It does have amazing type coverage, which I think does make up for, the lack of, I think it makes up for the lack of, for the lack of, speed, obviously, so yeah. So there's that. So yeah, I do think though Jolteon's solid though. Like again, if you can get past the fact that its coverage isn't amazing, it can still serve you pretty decently well, so yeah. Anyway. And again, of course, fast Thunder Wave, can never go wrong with that, right? And of course, the fact that it can absorb electric type moves, not bad if your team has low weakness to it. Too bad again, Jolteon can't hit back against the right build. Honestly, forgot one thing I did forget to mention a long time ago. I should have probably went for the rest of grass, that's okay. Again, though, I'm seeing if I can find an EV here. It's going to be cool to show the Pokemon I'm talking about, but again, 5% encounter. Without the repel trick, it's quite difficult, and yeah, I kind of need my money now, so yeah. I need to be more careful with my money, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Yeah, I think that's mostly everything I want to talk about Jolteon. So yeah, let's talk about our last one. Let's talk about Vaporeon now. So yeah, I think that's maybe everyone say. Again, Jolteon does have some good competition, but yeah, if you want a very fast such type, you can't. There isn't much faster than Jolteon, so yeah. So not a bad choice. And I have used it in my very first Pokemon playthrough, Fire Red, so yeah. Alright, Vaporeon. So one interesting thing I should mention, and one reason why I'm actually using Oshwa, I should be mentioning, the water type competition isn't actually too fierce in the beginning, so yeah, Oshwa has kind of a monopoly over it. That is except for Vaporeon. Vaporeon does give it some pretty decent competition, because yeah, level 21, it gets some Aurora Beam, level 17 even does Waterfall, so yeah, too bad, yeah, you're gonna have to probably remember that move, but yeah, I would recommend doing so though. At least Aurora Beam until then can do just fine while you're waiting on that, so yeah. And yeah, shortly after that you also get Surf too, so yeah. So, Vaporeon already has some pretty good coverage runes. Again, it does lack from good type coverage, but that's okay, because again, it's a bit more of a tank with its stat spread. With 110 social attack, the massive 130 HP, and then of course 95 social defense, 60 defense. Only 65 speed though, so again, it's meant to, you know, be a bulky water type. It does like one very cool thing though about being a bulky water type with that stat spread, Scald. Scald I think is worth just having around, even if you just want to use it to surf. Because again, it lowers the physical attack if it gets the burn. So then, yeah, the Pokémon becomes quite the unbreakable water type then. So yeah, so that's interesting. Again, yeah, like I said, yeah, I'm probably gonna leave now. Watching no EV for us, but that's okay. So yeah, let's go to the Pokemon list, and yeah, let's dig out here. Hopefully this doesn't actually lead us to the park. Instead, I mean, actually, it probably will, right? No, it will get us out, so that's good. Yeah, dig basically works exactly the same as an escape rope, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So again, yeah, Vaporeon, yeah, very good water type competition for Oshawott, I must admit. Again, a lot more tanky, obviously. Again, kind of love its defense, but probably not as low as my Oshawott, so yeah. And again, yeah, it gets, you know, all the good water type stuff, like, yeah, Ice Beam will come later. Instead of Aurora Beam, obviously Surf, Scald, like I mentioned, even Acid Armor if you want to boost physical defense without needing to burn your opponents, so yeah. I think it might be one of the better evolutions of this game, to be honest, but Espeon is obviously amazing competition, though, with its roles, so yeah. So I think, yeah, that's everything I want to talk about. Yeah, we talked about all the new Pokemon, finally, so yeah. Well, I was trying to search for Eevee there, but that's okay. Eevee, though, yeah, I'm really happy it's in this game, though, because, again, fan favorite, obviously, and also, yeah, you're just really interested in this game, too. Could do a lot of interesting things, depending on who you go with. Especially, like I said, Vaporeon, very good water type, Espeon, very good second type, Thrash is the fighting type, hopefully, and then, of course, Umbreon is interesting with that foul play on its side now, so, yeah. So, yeah, that's everything I want to do in this part. I think, yeah, now that we've done that, we explored the sewers, or as best I can without those repels, and talked about all the new Pokemon now, finally. Let's start exploring Castillo City proper now. So yeah, next time, we're gonna do just that. So yeah, look forward to that. I'll see you guys again for that.